Greetings again, TropeTube. I'm Christopher John Maple, and welcome to another episode of The Tropening. Today we will be starting off with a Bavarian fire drill. This trope is in use when someone takes charge by simply acting in charge, sometimes yelling that it's an emergency or spouting off orders. This is often combined with clipboard of authority or other authoritative tropes to bolster the effectiveness of the claim, as on its own it crumbles under any kind of scrutiny or challenge. The following are a couple examples of this trope in action. On the show Angel, the titular character has pumped cops for information by simply asking direct questions while holding a cup of coffee, playing on a cop's expectation of what a plainclothes detective would act like. On the show Doctor Who, the Doctor and his companions will often use this trope. In the episode The Shakespeare Code, the Doctor's companion Martha is concerned about traveling in Elizabethan London. As advice, the Doctor tells her, "Just walk around like you own the place. Always works for me." On the show How I Met Your Mother, Barney uses this during a wedding. He tries to order a drink, but the bartender declines to serve him until the reception. Barney then claims it is for the bride, and is served. He soon realizes that he can get anyone to do anything for him by simply claiming that it is for the bride. Now for a trope that can have some overlap with Bavarian fire drill: Refuge in audacity. This occurs when someone gets away with something by being absurd or going over the top, doing something so far beyond comprehension that people assume there must be a good reason for the outrageous behavior. In the film Guardians of the Galaxy, during a final confrontation with Ronan, Peter Quill begins singing "Ooh Child," starts dancing, and challenges Ronan to a dance-off. This behavior is so audacious that it distracts Ronan long enough for Quill's compatriots to set up his defeat. Possibly the most famous use of this trope comes from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Indy, dressed as a Zeppelin steward, punches out a Nazi officer in search of him, and then throws him out of the window. He then flatly explains, "No ticket," to the passengers, who immediately present their tickets. Our next trope for today will be the prim and proper bun. This is a tight bun hairstyle that means business and does not screw around. Used to portray a female character as reserved, cold-hearted, or fierce, very frequently it is used to identify a woman as in charge or villainous. In the show Better Off Ted, the boss of a morally bankrupt corporation, Veronica, sports this fierce style. The show Once Upon a Time uses this for a slew of characters when they need to introduce them as a villain. Regina, Cora, the Snow Queen, Zelena, and even the main character Emma have been found with this style. Moving on, we come to heel face turn. Simply put, this is when a villain becomes one of the good guys. This is not a temporary alliance. The villain has had a change of heart or reassessed their values. The most famous occurrence of this trope would be in Return of the Jedi, when Darth Vader turns on Palpatine, killing him to save his son. Another noteworthy example would be Xena, originally a villainous warlord when introduced in Hercules' The Legendary Journeys. She later has a change of heart and seeks to redeem herself by fighting for the greater good. Now, for our final trope of today, we're going to touch on stumbled into the plot. This trope occurs when a character is minding their own business and encounters an inciting incident, making them the protagonist. My go-to example for this trope comes from the film The Big Lebowski. The protagonist, the dude, comes home and is assaulted and has his rug urinated on, all due to a case of mistaken identity. He seeks compensation from the person he was mistaken for, as that rug really tied the room together, and ends up embroiled in some very unexpected events. However, the dude abides. Well, that's all I have for today, folks. Thank you again for watching. Thank you to all my current subscribers, and please like and subscribe and comment down below if you have any tropes you'd like to see me get into. Thanks again. Bye-bye.